leather, yellow leather, red leather, lorry leather, red leather, lorry leather. Wow, the wire was wound around the wheel.
Sit on down and pour yourself a glass.
Then tune into your favorite podcast,
where things will be misquoted
and opinions ain't sugar-coated.
'Cause DJ and Kelly are locked and probably loaded.
Hey guys, welcome to Locked and Probably Loaded with DJ and Kelly. I'm your host, DJ Qualls. I'm here with my good friend and co-host, Kelly Blackheart. Hey, Kelly.
Hey.
How are you?
Super duper. How are you?
Cranky.
What's new?
I know. Well, I mean, I hadn't eaten today.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think I didn't eat yesterday. I think I forgot.
I think this podcast, it always gives people a view of how your morning goes because you always start off a little bit cranky and then by the end of it, you're having a really good time.
Yeah. I hope that happens today. If it doesn't, I'm going to bend your fingers back.
Oh. You want to do it? Just do it now?
No, I don't preemptively abuse people, Kelly. Jesus.
Well, if we could get out of the way, then maybe you'll have some fun.
I am.
I think actually you would be in a better mood immediately if you were able to bend my fingers back.
I don't like,
and that's how good of a friend I am.
I masturbate to the thought of it.
It wouldn't hurt me though because that
I know because you have weird hands.
Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I can do.
She has Ehlers-Download syndrome, and it makes
Close
her
enough.
fingers gross.
Ehlers-Download. Yeah, that's me.
I just call it ew.
Yeah, you do, honestly.
Do people at home know about that or wherever they are?
What, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome?
Where are you guys? Yeah, what is it? What is Ehlers-Danlos syndrome?
It's a group of inherited connective tissue disorders characterized by joint hypermobility, skin hyperextensibility, and tissue fragility. That's just off the top of my head, though. So,
is it on? It's on the screen. I didn't see that. I'm the least observant person in the whole world.
I was like, wow, Kelly's nailing it.
I was like, oh, perfect timing, because I just did a podcast recently, sex, drugs, and skincare, and they asked about it, and it's like, I know what my symptoms are, but I don't know what the actual definition is, because I just found out recently that I had it, so I was like, I don't know, it's this thing where I can like fucking hyper flexible, and my joints are all terrible, and it's like collagen production is low, and all of that stuff, so yeah, it is the cause of a lot of my health issues.
I'm sorry to hear that. That
That's
makes
okay.
me sad.
Does it?
Is it going to shorten your life at all?
You
hope so.
We can only hope.
I think that's disgusting. Stop showing me stuff.
My elbow doesn't look like that.
I hate body stuff. Like I'm still haven't seen myself completely naked. I hate looking at it. It's so gross.
It was literally just somebody like pinching their skin.
But like a long,
it was a lot
of stretch.
Yeah, they had extra skin there.
It doesn't bother me with foreskin, but it bothers me on other parts of the body.
But yeah, joint hypermobility, loose, unstable joints. So like I've dislocated every joint more than a couple of times. Joint pain and clicking joints, extreme tiredness, skin that bruises easily. Digestive problems, heartburn, definitely got that. Dizziness. So it's funny because I had never heard of this until a couple of years ago. My friend Krista has it, and she's like, you should really look into this because I think a lot of your symptoms have to do with this. And then as I looked into it further, I was like, oh, dizziness. I used to faint in high school all the time. Like I would get up to go to the bathroom to get ready for school, and I'd be standing in the bathroom and just faint, and I would wake up on the floor and be like, that's weird, and never look into it.
Baby goats do.
Yeah, I have the baby goat fainting syndrome. Oh my God, bladder control? I have to pee all the time. I wonder if that's part of it too.
God,
Does Rhino have it too?
No, he's just an asshole. Rhino's here. He's chewing on a bone, if you hear that, but he's also farting a little bit.
He really was farting. This conversation reminds me a little bit of the conversation we had with the older guy at the bar yesterday. So Kelly and I...
God.
Why were we at that bar? What did we do?
We were pre-gaming the live.
Oh, that's right. We were pre-gaming the live, and we went to a bar that I like in theory, but I don't really ever have a good time there.
I was thinking that yesterday. I'm like, we both claim to love this bar, but every time we come here, we're like,
not
this
fun.
place sucks.
But we keep going back there because it is
because we're masochists.
It is pitch black at broad daylight.
Yeah. It opens at 8 a.m.
Yeah, it really does.
We went at 3.
And so we went there, and Kelly made the classic LA mistake. Wait, you ask somebody a question.
Well, no, he interjected himself in our
What did he
conversation
say?
first because we were booking our trip to Vegas. And we were talking about staying at the Treasure Island and all of this stuff. And then he said something about that and then just starts listing. Because you were saying my friends we were talking about how your friends are having a hangover themed wedding. And he's like, I was in the hangover. And we're like, who are you?
Yeah, and then I made the mistake. So actually, it was my fault. I blame you for everything. It was my fault because I said, "Oh, you were in The Hangover." Todd Phillips directed my first movie.
Yeah,
and that led him on a hour and a half lecture about getting on public transportation with Hedda Harper and all these people we've never heard of. And so you have to smile and nod. I looked up Tuesday Weld. I think she's been dead for 45 years.
Yeah, it wasn't even a lecture, really. It was just him giving us his entire resume.
Yeah.
He's like, my first scene was with Rock Hudson. I'm like, oh, that's really cool.
And then he showed us a picture of him and Rock Hudson in 1972. I remember that.
Yeah.
And that made me happy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's great. That is enough. Or just do highlights.
Yeah.
Show us what you did in 1981 and then in 1987 and then graze the 90s, and then you can maybe go a little hard on the 2000s. but he was like saying all these names. It's like that we were just like, and it
like I know what his grandpa's job was in the industry.
Exactly.
I don't need to know the family tree.
It put us in a position where we had to smile and nod for about at least an hour, and then I got annoyed by it and went and sat on the other side of the bar.
Yeah, he just left me there as this guy's listing off. I at one point I go, I'm only 38. I don't know who any of these people are, but he kept doing it anyway. But then the lady next to us, earlier in the day she had gone to the bathroom and she's like, can you watch my drink? She had her iPad and all that stuff there. I'm like, yeah, I'm 6'2". I'll fuck somebody up if they touch it. And she's like, thanks. She comes back. And somehow she's like, oh, you said you were 6'2". I was wondering if you had played volleyball. I'm like, oh, yeah, I played at CSUN. She's like, oh, I live in Northridge. And come to find out, she like discovered Tupac.
Yeah.
And I was like,
She
wait,
worked
you
at-
discovered
where,
Tupac?
Interscope?
She's like, yeah, she's a 5'2" white lady. And I'm like, you discovered Tupac? And she's like, well, it's not like he was a complete unknown. He was in Warren G's group or whatever,
Yeah.
but like
She helped facilitate.
like the launch of his career. And I'm like, that's crazy. And so I was way more interested in what she had to say. I was like, well, Suge Knight bounced me on his lap. And she's like, oh, I don't want to hear anymore about
But here's
that.
the thing, but she did it right.
Yeah.
You just, oh, here's something. And then you go back to grumbling in your drink.
Yeah.
It's a dark bar in the middle of the daytime. You're not there. I felt like I was fucking conducting a Barbara Walters special.
It is funny because the guy, like we were saying, it's like he would have been really interesting if he popped in and told us a couple of things and then went away. But he lacked the self-awareness because at one point we're both looking at our phones because we're trying to book this trip, and he's still talking and showing us pictures. So he's like, hey, here's me and Elton John. And I'm like, I'm writing my fucking frequent flyer mile number in here. Like, can you just chill out for a second?
I would have to stop him and do this. Hey, Kelly, what's your TSA number? and then at one point I was like, hey, I have to interject here. And he was like, wait, let me finish. And I was like,
and then he talked a little bit of shit about California and DJ defended California. It was funny because I was saying a couple weeks ago, he was like, I don't want to come back to LA. I'm going to move to Vancouver. I'm going to move to Mexico.
America.
But then
I don't wanna come back to America.
the second that somebody talks shit about California, he's like, I love California and I'm never leaving.
I'm actually never going to leave.
Yeah.
I'm a homeowner, which is a rare thing to be here.
We also know that he's a homeowner. His house is already paid for. He's single. So he doesn't have anybody to spoil, and he just bought a truck. I'm like, I don't need to know any of this information.
I don't know, Kelly. Sounds like you got a big opportunity here.
Exactly.
Well, he's probably gonna die soon. So actually,
I get in there. My biggest regret in life is not taking a lawyer up who wanted to buy me when I was 24. And then he died and left a mansion to the next guy that looks exactly like me. So I wouldn't even have to be here if I would have just said yes to that guy.
It's such a bummer.
It is such a bummer. Sometimes late at night, that comes back to me in an echo. It's like I see the path diverge, and I'm like, I could have gone that other way and been so much happier.
Yeah, I've told you about how I used to do PR for a sugared baby website, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my one regret in life is that I couldn't.
You had access to these people.
I had a lot of access to these people, and I went on a date with a millionaire, but he was 30. and he accidentally set me on fire on the date. But that's neither here nor there.
Wait a minute. You can't just breeze over that part.
He was visiting. He lived in Colorado. He was visiting his parents who had a house in Malibu. So we went to Joffrey's in Malibu for dinner, which was really nice.
Is that still there?
I think so. Well, actually, I don't know after
so much things
after
burned
the
down.
fires. But we went there, then we went back to his parents' house, and he was like kind of nervously playing with this matchbook and like lighting matches and all that stuff. But one of them flew out of his hand and landed on my shirt, burned a hole through it, and I was very bummed because it was my favorite shirt at the time that I wore on my date
You
with
should
a
have told him
millionaire.
it cost $50,000. He's rich.
I know. He didn't even pay for it. But that, honestly, that was such a bummer at that age because I'm like, I was getting all of these emails from guys going, I'll pay your rent. I'll buy you a car up to $70,000. I'll give you a $5,000 a week allowance. But I just knew, I'm like, I can't even act like I like somebody that I do like. So I don't know how I'm going to do it with Mr. Old Balls over
Yeah,
here.
I know. I
really wish I didn't have that problem.
I don't have it anymore. I wish I would have known what life was really like. Because I remember saying, and I quote, "I'm sorry that's so flattering, but I want love." I had love.
Oh, God.
It was gross.
Yeah. Love really is such a scam.
I left poorer from love.
Yeah, I wish I could have. I mean, yeah, I'm not. I guess I could go back. They don't.
Morals
want me now,
are
though.
dumb.
I'm used goods now.
Well, morals are dumb, meaning like don't harm anybody. I mean, you should harm. Those are good morals. You shouldn't harm people. I don't want anybody to suffer. You know, all the MAGA people who love talking about owning liberals, it does occur to me that they keep talking about how much they want to own people, which reminds me of another period of time.
Which one?
It's always the people saying, we just don't want to be told what to do. We don't want to be use your pronouns and all that stuff that can't stop. And it's the irony is we want you to use our ideology.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I just want to be left the fuck alone. Leave everybody alone. Stop killing people. We would be all so much happier if we didn't fucking care so much about. Why am I talking about this?
I don't know, but that kind of reminded me of. Wait, Isaac Googled, can you own people in America? You're going to be on a short list, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, a short list
not
of
right
people
now.
they really
Yeah.
like.
They're like, let's bring them in, bring them into the
I
fold.
think you just got yourself a cabinet position with that Google.
Fun fact: the answer is no.
Well,
No
not legally.
shit. Well, not now.
Yeah, not yet. Give
Yeah.
it 3 months. But Jasmine Crockett just recently said she called Greg Abbott Governor Hot Wheels or something like that in a speech.
Is he in a wheelchair? I didn't know that.
Yeah, there was some sort of accident, like a tree fell on him or something like that. I don't know,
recently?
but no, I think when he was a kid. But the irony of that is that he's also trying to get rid of any type of like ADA compliant shit, like wheelchair ramps and all of that stuff.
No.
He's making it harder for everybody who's like him. But
I hate myself.
the amount of outrage that is now coming from the right because she said this thing, and it's like, well, you guys are the ones who told us that comedy's back, and
Didn't what's his name called Elizabeth Warren Pocahontas?
yes, it's like you can't have it both ways. You either want us to play by your rules, which is no decorum and saying shit that's out of pocket, or you want us to be polite like we have been, which wasn't working.
I like it better this way.
Yeah.
So this new, whenever anybody says, "I thought you guys were kind," and no, we're not doing that anymore. It doesn't work. So now we're going to tell you to fuck right on off. Originally, when we started this podcast, I said that we weren't going to cut people up, but now we are.
Yeah.
If you were a cunt, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah. There's a girl that I follow on Instagram and TikTok, Suzanne Lambert, I believe is her name. And she's been called the, Democratic Regina George, because she's like, I'm not fucking doing the nice thing anymore. So she's the one who made the video about Republican
Oh, I
makeup.
love her.
Yeah, she's really funny.
What's her name?
Suzanne Lambert.
Hey, Sue. Oh yeah, I love.
She's
Suzanne.
she's fucking hilarious. She's awesome. And now Democrats are like they're bringing her into the fold to be like, how can we change our messaging
Teach us to be mean.
Yeah. It's like, teach us how to break the rules. There really are no fucking rules anymore. We're in a chaotic free for all. We're in the middle of a hostile government takeover.
What's that from?
TikTok, a guy on TikTok
Oh, yeah.
was just singing it randomly, and now it's become an actual song.
Yeah.
that's
It
like
it
legit.
charted. It went to
Did it
like
really?
top 5.
Yeah,
It's on Spotify.
What's his name? Let's give him a shout out.
I don't know his name, but it's true. I wanna talk about it, but that's not the guy. Yeah, the black guy's the original one.
This is the remix.
That's the hard thing, is that when somebody does something and you try to look into who did it and look up that video, you have to wade through a mountain of other shit, like doing, was it dupes of or whatever it's called?
Yeah, or using it as a sound or whatever. This guy probably made he made an EDM remix, but yeah, the song fucking blew up. That's what's so fun about the internet, is that you can just be doing something silly, making a silly little stupid song, and now all of a sudden it's charting.
See, look
on Spotify.
how hard it is for you to find that when it's everybody else but the actual guy that did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so many other people reposted it and remixed it.
Yeah.
Moby remixed it.
Hey, how does that
Moby?
How does that work? Hey, Moby. I know him.
Hey, Moby. So cash.
He's in our top Patreon tier.
But how does that work? Because we get our videos pulled down or flagged for copyright infringement when it's my face. Like when you do that, an homage to somebody else, or they're in the background, or you're doing a stitch.
Well, so yeah, stitches and duets are different.
Do you still get paid for it?
I don't think so. Well, there are accounts that will like green screen somebody else's video and like they just sit there. Those videos are so annoying. If you're not adding anything to the original video, I don't need to see your face.
Adam Rose does reaction videos.
That's different. There are some people who like literally just will do a green screen of something happening and they sit there and they don't even really make faces. They're just like
Adam
they're
Rose's
like pointing
videos
at
make me
it
laugh.
like, look at this. And it's like, we didn't need you on this. We saw the original.
Yeah.
But somehow they're raking in.
Yeah, you're making it less good. But I'm talking about like the aggregate website, the aggregate accounts who will just put, like this account is dedicated to people getting instant karma, and it's other people's videos.
Yeah.
Do they make money on that?
Well, so those are like, the videos that I've had that have been licensed out. So I've had now 3 or 4 videos that I was contacted for, and so they license them to news outlets or those
Other
aggregate
people that
accounts
do
like
that?
Puberty or Barstool or whatever it
Yeah.
is, and then I get it's like a 60-40 cut.
Oh, they pay residuals on it, or royalties.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So I think I've only made like $500 or $600 from a couple of my videos, but I just got reached out to again about, because I took a video of somebody's license plate that said "Ew kids," and before it even went viral, it was like it had like 400 likes, and the guy that had licensed my other videos, he's like, "Hey, are you down to license this video?" And I'm like, "Sure, but
why are you not doing that right now? Go out and find things.
I do.
That pays better than
when it
this.
happens. I'm not gonna go walk around the streets and see if I can find something to license.
And go license some things for me too. I hate working.
That's why.
This is probably also why people are so pissed, just in general, because somebody that you've never heard before, like, posted a video on the internet and now they have $12 million.
Yeah.
People are mad about that.
But I mean, I think
it doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother me.
I've said this. I've never been upset at the Kardashians. I'm a really big believer in if something's not for me, it's not for me. I don't have to crap on it unless it is awful.
Yeah. I mean, the Kardashians at this
Not
point too,
morally,
you're
but,
just
like,
like,
not
okay,
good.
the people are really suffering. Do we need to do a photo shoot of you and your robot? Like that.
She has a robot?
Yeah, she's got a fucking Tesla robot. She just did like a magazine shoot.
Does a Tesla robot like do your chores and shit?
I don't really know what they do.
I'll have
Probably
one if
set
it
your
does.
house on fire. I don't know. One thing before we go. Now I already forgot what I was going to say. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back after these messages. Forgetting things is awesome.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of messages, Isaac and I just figured out today that, so for anybody who has listened to the episodes before and the ads weren't coming in between the "we'll be right back" and we're back, we figured out the issue. So now moving forward, it'll be in the right spot.
Maya said that a lot of our ads, she listens in Canada, are in French.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think for whatever market they can slide in.
Yeah, they must.
Ads, but
They're all correct now. Ever since we started doing We'll Be Right Back, I fixed them this morning. They are all playing.
perfect. Yeah.
Did we get letters about that?
No, I was listening to the episode that came out this morning, and it was funny because the ad break happened like a minute before you accidentally said "we'll be right back," and I was like, "Oh, that's funny," because then, whatever. It's fine. You guys didn't really expect us to be perfect, did you?
No, not at this stage.
Yeah.
Or really any stage.
Yeah, no, it's never going to happen.
I did. I expected it.
Did you really?
From a technical standpoint, for as many podcasts as I've produced, I would have figured that I would get it right.
Oh, it looks bad on you.
Yes. It's on me. It's 100% my
Oh,
fault.
Do you have a LinkedIn
I was going to
account?
let you blame it on somebody
No.
else.
How do people find you on the internet who want to hire you to do things?
I will have a website by the time
Word of
this
mouth.
episode comes out.
Oh, you will?
Yeah.
I'm psychic. Something else. We're about to befall a tragedy.
Please don't. Take it back. Take it back.
No,
Too many tragedies.
has something bad happened recently?
Not that I know of, but we don't want to jinx it. Knock on wood.
That made me laugh.
Why? What's happened? I don't watch the news anymore. So I have no idea.
You know, they used to say things happen in threes.
Now they happened in 33.
Yeah, I know. That used to always be my solace. So it's like when the third thing happened, I was like, all right, at least something good's gonna happen soon. And now it's just never ending bad shit.
But here's the thing. The only way through it is through it, and I'm glad that we're laughing about it. And we will laugh about it until they round us up and put us in a cell.
Oh, that's what we did want to talk about. The fact, because I was talking about potentially going to Vancouver this summer, but now the hesitation is they're fucking checking people's cell phones that come into the States. And I'm like, I have so much shit talking about
Yes.
this administration in my
And
phone.
I have so many things on my phone that I don't wish to, from my younger days. That I don't
They can
wish to
look
be
at all the
seen.
dick pics. I don't care.
But yeah, so I saw this lawyer on TikTok who walked you through it, and this is basically what they said. If you are anything other than an American citizen, when you come into this country, they have the right to look into your phone, and or you can be denied entry. And once you're denied entry, you probably won't get back in ever again, right? Or it'll always flag. If you're an American, they have the right to confiscate your phone. You have to ask for a receipt for it. But you do not have to open it if you do not want to. But you have to understand you can be held for 3 or 4 hours. You can be isolated, and it will cause problems in the future. I mean, there's no way to win this.
Yeah, people keep saying, they're like, well, okay, take your biometrics off. They can't force you to put your passcode in. And I'm like, but they'll still take your phone. And now you even look even more suspicious.
Yeah, you'll get it back because they have to give it back unless they have probable cause or some other shit like that. But I think that legally they can't make you open your phone. If the only questions they're allowed to ask you are to pertain to your citizenship. When you enter this country as an American citizen, they can only ask you about. They can't ask you was it business or pleasure.
Well, I don't know why you're talking about legality, because
I know.
that's the
I know,
problem.
that is the problem.
It's not about what's legal or not legal. It's about the fact that we're not following laws
Yeah,
anymore.
and Kelly brought up a good point. She said, people are going to say, well, they've always been able to do this. And it's like, yes, but now they're doing it.
Yeah.
It's what you could do and what you should do. And you have no reason to go into my phone and look through my dick pics. I'll let you go through my laundry, my dirty laundry. You do it all the time. Every time I get the security beat down, they're sitting there, they have their hand in my dirty underwear asking me about my career. What's it like to be on Big Bang Theory?
His dick was right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's weird, and I don't even know specifically. Obviously, I think that their justification would be well, we need to see if this person is texting plans to cause harm to these people. But it's what's the difference between an actual plan versus I'm just talking shit about Trump? Or Elon or something like that.
It is just talking shit, and that's the thing. That's what they're doing. People who are talking shit. I talk shit about everybody.
Yeah,
This is literally the job of this podcast.
God forbid a guy has hobbies.
It's to say your opinion about shit. That's what this is.
Yeah.
I mean, is everybody who says a counter opinion?
I don't know, and that's the thing too. It's it would depend on the type of the person who
I don't make death threats.
was pulling you for the search too. It's what are their feelings about this certain thing? It's
what is their prejudice they're going to or their bias that they're going to put onto this? I don't make death threats. I don't say I want to kill somebody. I don't say that, but I will say I call Trump his orangeness, and I am constantly, and I want to know what lipstick color that is. I've never been able to find it in real life, and it definitely is lipstick. It's just such a weird. This is why you should not be mean to gays. Your makeup is fucking terrible.
I know. And the irony of trying to ban gender gender confirming like surgery and stuff like that. It's like you all have had it. If you've had hair plugs, if you've had I know that a couple of them have had lipo and all of these things. It's like those are all gender affirming surgeries.
Have you seen that guy on the internet who makes bad political country songs? And they're all like this: take your pronouns and don't put them on us. And in the first verse of the song, there's like 75 pronouns that he uses. Unaware.
Yeah.
It's like this guy is Calhoun or Callahan. He's from like the panhandle of Florida that's almost Alabama, and I almost just wrote underneath it Alabama ? And I high-fived myself. As a Southerner, we can definitely, I know all that shit. And so
sorry, Rhino keeps trying to walk through the entire wall of wires like
but the song is like don't put your beliefs on us. I'll come over there and eat some lard in front of your house.
I haven't heard
Country
it. Sounds like a good song though.
It's pretty catchy. No, it's not "Girl in a Country Song." It's the pronoun song. It's like Kyle Callahan or Callahan.
They don't really have a great grasp on the English language. Like there was a woman on Twitter, I don't know if I've talked about this before, that she was talking about how she had a transvaginal ultrasound because I think she had endometriosis or something like that.
She's trans?
And yeah. And people are like, "Oh, why would a man need a fucking ultrasound? This country is gone soft."
Good thing
it's
about
like, that's a fucking prefix. Transportation.
But here's the bright spot. There probably is not a lot of traffic on transnational highways anymore. So you could go from California to New York City, lickety split.
We're doing no transatlantic travel whatsoever. It's crazy. We don't even transfer funds from bank accounts to it's like,
it's either a check or nothing, motherfucker. No more trans. Play this. So here's the thing. Kelly explained to me years ago that when you engage something, it actually makes it more popular. But the thing is, the comments on this guy, there's not a good one in the bunch. So it's helping everybody. It's helping him and us.
Should we read the comments?
Yeah. Play it first though, because it needs some context. I know we
Why
can't.
people think it was okay to push their agenda till we believe.
Oh, hold on. You missed the first verse.
Oh, I don't know how to rewind on Instagram.
This is the worst thing that's ever happened to us. This podcast is doomed.
It's one of the comments is NASCAR is gayer than any trans person. This may be the gayest thing next to gay porn.
Hold on. I'm gonna pull this up myself.
You can stop after the first 3 words.
I'm gonna hold on. Gay country pronoun song. I got this. I'll play it.
Sorry, let me get into a different account.
Just reload it.
Just reload it.
No, if it makes
Country.
I'm not signed in on because I'm on
pronoun.
your tab. I'm on your DJ and Kelly search browser. Let me go to my own.
Yeah, I could just play it on my phone. Country pronoun song. All right,
so let's talk about the alleged leak through the Signal app.
Oh, that's a doozy too. What are we doing?
The alleged. We didn't do that.
Oh God, I already didn't like where that one was going.
I love this guy, Kyle. Can men get wet? Hold on a second.
All you liberals have so much crap to talk about my American song.
Hold on.
I never understood the whole pronoun
Thing.
thing.
Oh my, step. Okay, put your agenda in. Push their agenda till we believe.
Yep.
Flag and waving their own, talking trash, but they don't
They,
wanna
them.
go on.
Yeah, there's like 75 pronouns. I hate pronouns. They, y'all.
Yeah, I think what's fun is
I identify now as y'all.
I-
So
I-
I'm no longer a he, him. I'm a
name of
y'all.
this episode.
I like the people that are doing like the malicious compliance where it's like no pronouns allowed or like I won't respect
So do
your
what do you
pronouns
say
or
this-
whatever. And so they're like, okay, ma'am, that's fine. It's like, excuse me, I'm a sir. And they're like, I don't fucking care.
So, but if you have no pronouns, then do you do this? Hey, so yesterday I went to the store with Kelly. Kelly. Oh, yesterday DJ went to the store with Kelly, and Kelly bought some yogurt, and then DJ
Yeah, you got to talk in third person.
had
now.
I kind of like that.
Everything's a children's book now.
Fuck pronouns.
You went MAGA so fast.
That's what it took.
Faga.
Patriot, homo, and godly. Amen! Exclamation point.
Yeah, thank you for following it up with that because
I didn't want that
if
to be
this out of
isolated.
context,
I've got your back.
like, did she just hate crime DJ on their podcast? Yes, I did. It was meant to be a hate crime until he followed up.
Anyway, Kyle, let's just talk about what you're doing. What you're doing is a grift. You're saying a bunch of meaningless bullshit. Like, it's like a shirt that says, I like freedom, I drink beer, I fuck my wife. That means nothing. A lot of people do that. A lot of people do those same things. I also like freedom.
Yep. And he fucks his wife.
I fucked your wife.
Yeah.
And I'm going to clip him just saying that.
But here's the thing is, I think you're upset because a guy like me probably could fuck your wife because she's tired of your bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's
Women
see
love
what
gay
his wife
men.
looks like.
I think lavender marriages are gonna
I think that's
be.
a sore subject. I think he's recently gone through a divorce, and I don't want to pile on him. Like
Who's this?
that.
The
Why
first
wouldn't you want to
picture?
pile on? Who is?
Because I don't want to. Wait, is she still alive?
Well, there was a hunting incident. The dog ate her.
When was that from?
March 1st.
It says, "What a fun day! A beautiful Eagle Mountain, Utah." No, they're
pheasant hunting.
They're from Tennessee, and I don't think he makes enough money to take two people to Utah, so I think he met her there.
Yeah, it's such a weird hill to die on for me because I'm just like, most of these people will never even encounter a trans person
exactly
like, it's what are you mad about?
The fucking governor of what's his name saying, of West Virginia, being pressed and saying, do you know of any current incidents of this happening? No. He kept saying no, but. And it's like, this is fear mongering. Literally, you're being distracted right now because you're being stolen from.
Yeah.
I just saw today that before the Supreme Court, there's a thing happening right now where they're trying to do away with subsidies. So people in rural areas, you may not realize this, but your internet and your cell phone is subsidized by the government because it's more expensive to take the cables out there. There are fewer people using the service, so it pays in less. And Kelly brought up a good point. I thought it was just to make everybody poor because it would subjugate us and we wouldn't be able to afford anything, which is happening in real time. And Kelly was like, or people don't have access to information.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I never thought about that.
And they don't need them to have the internet because they got all the bots to do the stuff for them. We'll be right back. And then I'm going to talk about something that also has been in the news a lot.
Okay. Welcome back from those breaks.
The one more thing, and we'll get off this
Burner,
topic. But
pronouns.
obviously, there's been the trans athletes conversation going on a lot, and they've specifically talked about this one volleyball player, a trans woman who plays for San Jose State, and everybody's up in arms about this. And what I don't understand is if the argument is that trans women have such a biological advantage to be so great at their sport, she wouldn't be playing at San Jose State. And this is not meant to be, it's truly not meant to be fucking shade. It's just like, if you want that argument to be true, then it's got to be somebody who is the best player on the best fucking volleyball team. I played Division I volleyball. San Jose State they're not a super highly competitive team. And I don't even think she's the best player on that team.
Yeah.
And so it's like, and Riley Gaines, the swimmer who got 5th place at she's all over Twitter constantly talking about trans athletes. And it's like, you got 5th, the trans woman got 4th. She wasn't even in the top 3. It's like, what are we if you can't even beat the best biologically female athletes, then you should shut the fuck up. And what people don't realize is that this is going to hurt all women because I'm 6'2", and the amount of times that people have called me a man throughout my life is I can't even fucking count. And so now what you're going to do is anytime a woman is a naturally good athlete, you're going to have people calling her a man. And how are you supposed to investigate this? Right. So now you want high school girls to have to show their genitals to
disrobe
to a fucking ref at a volleyball game? Like, what are we doing here? This will hurt all women by by enforcing these bans. If it gets to the point where we've got a system where it's like the top 100 athletes in every sport are all trans women, then maybe we can have the conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
But at this point, there
It's
are
not a thing.
14 trans women
And
playing
you're so
collegiate
mad about it and talk
athletics.
about it so much
It's just
that you
a non-issue.
and don't care about. You'll make excuses about, well, everything is so much more expensive. We actually can't afford to live. We, all this stuff, and this is what you're worried about. You're feeding right in. Or playing right into their fucking hands. Anyway, if you don't want us to talk about this, you have two options. Send us $4 million and we'll stop doing the podcast. Or fucking everybody mind your own business. If it doesn't apply to you, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
See y'all later.
Is it over?
Yeah, we have to go to Patreon.
Oh.
I'm now.
Oh, wait, well,
you said go
before
to
we-
Patreon, didn't you?
Oh.
Getting it ready.
Oh, you didn't.
I was just getting.
Oh,
it ready.
I saw something said
The
Patreon.
first,
to our
the
second
first
break.
time DJ pays attention to something.
I paid attention. I made a vow to myself 2 minutes ago that I was going to start paying attention to stuff.
You got 10 more minutes before. Patreon.
Literally on the drive here, he was noticing so many things about this, and he's like, I'm passing Cahuenga, and he's like, isn't that the street we're supposed to go on? I'm like, next one. He's like, why do I not know this? Like, why have we driven this route 60 times and it's not committed to memory? But also, if you're not driving, you don't really have
The
to
white
pay attention.
apartment building in front of this studio, I never saw before today. It was all
There's
just
a white apartment.
There's a white apartment building.
Exhibit A, the defense rests. None of us to witness at your trials.
I don't know how to get here. I just put it in the maps.
Do you still put it in the maps?
Well, I just moved also, so
Oh,
it's different.
yeah, you
route.
got to.
Oh, you're living in a different part of LA now, aren't you?
That's right.
Are you enjoying being that part of town?
I too am now a home dwelling person.
You're not near the beach anymore, and you really liked being near the beach, didn't you?
I love the beach, but I like having a yard and a garage better.
Oh, you have a yard and a garage.
Front and back.
Yeah.
Do you have
A
to
garage is key.
Well, is the neighborhood safe? I haven't been over there in years.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was wondering if you had to have razor wire around your fence.
We have a full fence all the way around
You
the
really?
house. Yep.
Define safe.
I mean, nothing's safe anymore, but here's the thing. Even if something's unsafe, I like it to look safe. I want to be lied to.
Yeah.
It was
Well.
probably safe before I moved in.
Uh-oh. There's a prowler on the loose.
I got guns.
Do you have guns?
Oh yeah.
I have a gun in my house.
Yeah. I also don't have any, like, that's
I
the
don't
thing
have
too,
problems
is
with
I
guns.
don't fucking have a problem with people having guns, but I do think it should be harder for people to get them initially. It's like, there's
100%.
There's no fucking reason that you should need a gun as fast as a fucking Domino's pizza.
Also, I should not be a police officer. I should not be in any position to have to make any major decisions that have to be made before 3 p.m. or until I've eaten. I know my limitations. I'm not a secure. There is a guy now at our local bar who's former military who has a fucking gun that he subconsciously touches when he's talking to people.
At the bar?
Yeah.
You're not allowed
Who?
to have firearms at
I told you
alcohol
that the
places.
paramilitary guy who's I said he was going to wind up shooting somebody.
Oh, the bouncer?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying
But
it was.
while I was
thought
talking,
it was Pete.
While I was
I thought it was a
talking,
customer.
no, it was
Yeah.
not. It's a guy that works there now on Saturday nights. And the thing is, it's never gotten to that point. There's another bouncer who's so intimidating looking that people don't fuck with him. But he can't work every weekend. So anyway, my point is, I'm not against people owning guns. I'm against what it does to you if you're not the right temperament.
Yeah.
Like homie was talking to me, and I made a couple jokes, and I guess he didn't like it, and so he subconsciously touched where the gun was like 4 times. I saw him do it.
Yeah, the idea that, I mean, because I know men love to call
Usually
women
guys touch their dick
emotional.
when I talk
but-
to them subconsciously. But this was a gun.
I do.
I know. I heard all about you.
The societal thing is that women are super emotional, but it's like, well, anger is an emotion, and these men are quick to anger. And so it's like anything where you can drastically change the trajectory of your life and somebody else's life to the
Yeah.
point where you end their life because of a heated moment, that is fucking scary. I used to date a guy that was a cop in Santa Monica, and we went to, it was like back when I lived in Costa Mesa, and we went to my favorite bar there, and I drove, and he, of course, needed to sit, with, facing the door and like all of this stuff.
Yeah, I've
But
been
then
with
when
those
we got back into the car, and he like pulled his gun out from under the front seat, and I'm like, you have a gun in here? Like, it's also one of those things too, where it's like, if you have a gun around me, I'd like to know about it.
And also, if it also depends on how long in the relationship you are.
Yeah.
Pulling a gun out on the first date
Yeah.
is not
Yeah,
romantic.
no.
I'm just letting everybody know. If anybody dating tips, just email us for more. But here's one that you
Just
should
some
know.
unqualified advice.
Yeah, a gun pulled out on the first date with no warning, it can be off-putting.
Yeah.
I once made somebody do a drug deal on a first date, and he did not want to go on a second date with me. That's also something you shouldn't
What
do.
a prude.
Did you also have a gun?
No, I didn't. That was the next guy. I only know things because I've learned them from experience. I've never pulled out a gun on a first date. It was a joke. It's all jokes. But I think speaking of like temperament, it really occurred to me. I was doom scrolling, which I only started doing since we started doing this podcast, and I hate myself for it. Just because I want to know what's happening in the world. I'm always the last to know anything, and I'll think I've seen something new, and then Kelly tells me that was 10 years ago, and then it hurts my feelings. And I don't want to turn into Miss Havisham or a Grey Garden situation, so I'm trying to look around. So I was looking around yesterday, and I came upon all of a sudden my algorithm started showing me true crime shit, and it really drove home to me the number one question you should ask before you get married. Like, really ask yourself this: not how much you love them, not what your future is going to be like. Can you ever imagine a scenario where you would murder them? Because everybody gets killed by their spouse.
Yeah,
everybody.
And it's not hilarious, but it's one of those things where you're like, wow, this is ridiculous. That through the majority of history, every true crime documentary ends up with like, and the husband did it.
Yeah.
But
or the wife did it. A wife shot her
Yeah.
husband yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, but in my yesterday. And he was screaming into the phone, "She's shooting me," and she shot him.
yeah, but I mean,
then she shot
generally
herself.
in these things where it's like the wife has disappeared and we can't figure it
Yeah.
out, blah blah blah, and it's like the cops are like, we have no idea. There's no.
If you hold a press conference,
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
under the patio.
Yeah, it's
34% of all homicides is by your intimate partner,
But
and 76% by people you know.
But
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
here's the thing about that. I was going through. It really just drives home that human psychology. We're not people were such complicated creatures. We're not. We really are not complicated at all. Like, usually the most logical answer, the one that comes up first, usually that is the answer.
Yeah.
Now, we have to fully investigate that because it's not always the case. And that's the thing about like the death penalty or anything like that. There are certain things you can't undo. You can't give somebody 50 years of their life back.
right.
Or their life back.
Yeah, if you spent even a day on the internet, you know that the majority of people are not masterminds.
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
like, well, what if he planted this here to
Yeah.
do this thing? And it's like they are not thinking about that.
I've said this before. If you're thinking about killing somebody, watch 2 episodes of CSI. You're not going to get away with it. There's like microbes and shit that you're unaware of. Things are happening all the time that we are not aware of.
Yeah, and it's also at the most inopportune time too, where it's like you're like, oh, you and your wife just got divorced, and now all of a sudden she's dead, and you're like, I have no idea what happened. Please find my wife. It's like, we know it was you, dude.
What about the guy with the bad haircut from Massachusetts recently who, did you see this? He Googled, his Google search history was admissible in court, and it was like how to dispose of a dead body.
Oh, man.
He's like, I was just curious.
And it was like a shopping list, and then they found in his credit card those exact items purchased, and then he had the balls to be like, I have no idea how that got on there.
Yeah, just go to the Apple store.
Yeah.
Like, fucking make those searches on those. I mean, thank God that they're dumb enough to do that shit.
Oh,
It's
I
like,
thought my mind went to go to the Apple store and get some cords and shit. No, you're talking about.
No, I meant go do your fucking illegal searches there. The idea that people are like, well, I'll just search, does formaldehyde, like how long can I knock her out with formaldehyde and then play dumb? It's like, you can't just clear your cookies and
You knock
fucking,
people out with chloroform.
The public library still has free internet access.
Yeah.
I've always
Well,
wondered about that, but there are cameras in there, and they can see who is there. Oh, so does the Apple store. There's cameras everywhere. Don't kill people is what we're trying to say. You're not going to get away with it.
Yeah, mostly we were just giving advice on how to get away with it.
It's a crime murder podcast now.
But see, so maybe you should do this, because now I'm more convinced that you can't get away with murder. Talk to your friends about it. Before you're going to kill somebody, say, I think I'm going to do this, and then you'll realize there are cameras at the Apple store too.
Yeah. Also, what I've never understood is, like, so often it's I'm cheating on my spouse, and I don't want to confront them with the fact that I'm cheating, so I'm going to kill my wife and my kids. It's like, just get a divorce.
Yeah.
Like, she might be pissed at you for a little while, and that's her right to be pissed. But why do she and the kids need to die?
That also, minus the death, I doom scrolled into a series of videos where people are being caught cheating, and some of them are real, and some of them, the acting is so fucking bad. I want to open up an acting school for people who do these kind of videos on the internet. At least make them believable.
Yeah.
Hey, who is that woman in my bed?
I know. They do a lot of...
I'm like, unless you guys are actually going to start fucking, that's terrible acting.
then they do. You're like, I'm back.
It's porn
and I'm
acting.
back.
Well, that's porn acting.
Yeah. They do a lot of airline sketches now on social media, and it boggles my mind that people don't understand that it's an airplane set and all that stuff. It's like, it's the most obvious acting, first of all, and they're like, if that person was on my flight, I'd kill them myself. And you're like, if you can see the wall outside of the window of the plane. Like,
I was in the
chill
shower
out.
today, and these two things are not connected, but I was in the shower, and it occurred to me that we have lost the ability to discern what's real and what's not real anymore.
Yeah.
It's being used against us left, right,
Oh
and
yeah,
center.
and we've talked about AI before. AI is getting so fucking good to the point where, like, I just saw a video on TikTok recently where this girl was like, can you tell which one of these is AI? And like, she's holding two objects and then one of them just disappears. And I'm like, if I wasn't being told to look for AI, I wouldn't have thought twice about any of those things. It's like, you have to train your brain to be looking for those inaccuracies and the blurring and all of that stuff.
But the thing that's so sad, though, is it also teaches us to be mistrustful, and that's being used against us also.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
We gotta go.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
It's not pressing.
So-
when it pops up, it just means we
Yeah,
can
but I
wrap
don't
up.
know if it says Patreon. We'll be right back. So I don't know what to read.
I was trying to save trees and use the same document.
So
Save trees on Google Docs.
we'll be right back, but we're going to Patreon.
After you finish your thought.
Yeah. You don't,
Nothing matters. Bye.
guys, you can follow us on social media at LoadedPod. Write us an email, probablyloadedpod@gmail.com. You can join us on Patreon. We'll, every month we do our live happy hours. Last night it was chaotic
It was
and
so
fun.
fun
Last
last
night was
night.
really fun. Patreon.com/loadedpod. We've got a YouTube channel now.
Isaac said
Is
not
it
to
at
talk about
LoadedPod?
that. Can we talk about it?
This will be out in a couple weeks.
It's been live for.
Yeah.
It's just had a delay.
we just haven't really promoted it. So
It's getting
it
a lot of
doesn't really
subscribers on it.
Yeah, it doesn't really have that many subscribers yet, but it's growing.
It has-
People
it
are
has
just finding it
almost
organically right
700,
now,
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll.
That
by
seems
the
like a
time
lot
this
to
comes
me.
out,
Because I just found out about it today.
Well, yeah, and we also have not promoted it at all. So 700 from doing nothing is great.
It
But
used to have a 20-week delay on it, so the free video would be 20 weeks late because we want our premium Patreon members to get video first.
I don't know any of those words.
yeah, well, we'll learn about it on the next episode.
Bye.
Boop, boop, boop. 323-272-3908.
Oh, 323-272-3908.
And what if we
He
get
calls
sued
it.
by Empire at some point? That'd be cool. That'd be good for the podcast.
It would be like when the Village People sued Jim. Mm-hmm. Bye, y'all.
Sit on down and pour yourself a glass.
And tune into your favorite podcast.
Where things will be misquoted.
And opinions ain't sugar-coated.
'Cause DJ and Kelly are locked and probably loaded.